Welcome inside the Adirondack Bank Center. It's a central New York snowy night in Utica as Utica City FC hosts the Baltimore Blast. But inside the Adirondack Bank Center, Oriskany Boulevard turns into Cordelia Street. It's a Taylor Swift Eras night inside of the Odd, but it's two teams that know each other all too well. Utica City hosting rivals Baltimore. For the fourth time this season, these two teams meet. The last three times have all gone the way of the Blast. 3-0 in the season against Utica City FC, and the Blast are on a tear as of late. 9 straight victories, currently sitting second in the MASL with a 10-1 record. On the other side, Utica coming off of a successful weekend against two Texas teams. On February 1st, it was a comeback victory against the Texas Outlaws, and then 2 days later, on Monday night, a victory against the Dallas Sidekicks. But these two teams, it's never a love story between the two, continuing to have some incredible matches. The last two times these two teams played inside the Adirondack Bank Center, both matches were decided by 1 goal scored in the final 3 minutes of play. As we continue to get set for kickoff Eras night inside the Adirondack Bank Center, we'll send it down to the PA to introduce you to your Utica City FC team.
Utica City FC, starting with tonight's reserves. Number 1, Andrew Taylor. Number 2, Emmanuel Belliard. Number 7, Gio Alves. Number 9, Kelvin Oliveira. Number 14, Isaac Somo. Number 16, Jace Berger. Number 18, Cole Stevens. Number 33, Junior Pinal. Number 49, Mershad Amani. And number 78, Nelson Santana. And now, MVHS, official healthcare provider of Utica City FC, presents tonight's UCFC starting lineup. On defense, number 30, Juan Alava. In the midfield, number 19, your captain, Nate Bordeaux. Also in the midfield, number 10, Nilton De Andrade. At forward, number 4, Keaton Woods. Also at forward, number 28, Vinny Dantas. And goal, number 22, Andrew Coughlin. Tonight's team doctor is Gary Zimmer, and the head coach of your Utica City FC is Everton Morera. Fans, we now ask that you please rise, if you are able, and join the players, coaches, and staff in removing your caps as we honor our nation with the singing of our national anthem. Performing our anthem this evening, our very own Brennan Miller. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare
bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Give it up one more time for our very own Brennan Miller.
A rivalry in the MASL like no other. Utica City takes on Baltimore just moments away from kickoff at the Adirondack Bank Center. Era's Night inside the odd. Taylor Swift music. Don't be surprised if you hear it over the PA and the crowd mics, because that's all that's playing right now inside Utica. And it's a pretty solidly packed house for the city, looking to get its first win over the Baltimore Blast this season. The last meeting between these two teams was January 12th, right here inside Utica. 5-4 loss. One of the stars of that game, Julian Rodriguez, who allowed 4 goals and made 13 saves for Baltimore. A former Utica City FC player himself, spent 2 seasons with the city before leaving last offseason to join Baltimore. And really one of the best goalkeeping duos in all of the MASL between Mike Zierhofer and Julian Rodriguez. It's no surprise that Baltimore boasts one of the strongest defensive records, because it's not just the goalkeepers. They've got Chad Porch in front alongside a couple of really other strong defenders. Mateus Silva holding down the back. Omar Silla always seems to find a way inside the back of the net against this Utica City FC side. And again, it's not a cruel summer outside. It's winter, and it's icy and snowy in Utica. And that's the one thing that Utica City has. It's playing at home, and that's where Utica City seems to be at its best in playing its most intense matches. Starting for Utica City FC in goal, it's Andrew Coughlin, Mr. Reliable, Mr. Stretch. In front of him, Juan Alava, alongside Nate Bordeaux, Nilton De Andrade. Keaton Woods earns a start alongside Vinny Dantas. On the other side, Juan Pereira, Jonatas Mello, Bruno Enrique, Elton De Oliveira, and Patrick Thompson starting. And it's the former Utica City goalkeeper himself, Julian Rodriguez, who only allowed 4 goals the last time he was here, starting in between the pipes for Baltimore. The Blast in the all-white. White jerseys, white shorts, white socks. Utica, the all-black with the blue accents, black shorts, and black socks for the home side. Going up and down this Baltimore roster, just so many streaks that have just been kept alive in this 9-game win streak. You have to look at Jesus Pacheco, 9-game point streak. The last time that Baltimore lost, he didn't score a point. That's one guy you've got to shut down. But it's a multifaceted Baltimore attack that can really strike from anywhere. Relly Bermusi, Patrick Thompson are always bound to get on the score sheet. Utica has a tough task ahead of itself today, looking to stop this Baltimore offense that averages 7.36 goals per game. And immediately up front, intended for Enrique, and Juan Alava sees the ball all the way back into the hands of Coughlin. Nilton De Andrade, who has really came into his own the last 4 games. He's on a 4-game goal streak after going first couple of games without finding the back of the net. He's back to his best, like he was last year when he earned team MVP for this Utica City FC side. Foul called on the far side. Nate Bordeaux takes a man down. Kelvin Oliveira back on to the field. And if there's one guy who might spell some trouble for this Baltimore side, it might be Kelvin Oliveira, because Baltimore hasn't seen him just yet this season in 4 matches. This is the first time that Oliveira has played against the Blast. Pass intended for Oliveira, cut away by Mateus Silva. Out wide to Enrique. Enrique can fire a shot. Good step in from Santana. Santana is on a 7-game block streak. Is known to get in front of the ball, and he's been doing that pretty often for this Utica side in the last couple of games. Pacheco works out wide. And back to Pacheco. This one picked away. Oliveira's in free space. There goes Calvin Oliveira. Cuts to his left. Shakes off a man. Great sliding challenge. Still loose in front. Kick back to Oliveira. And somehow Rodriguez keeps it out. Mershad Ahmadi on the volley. What a save from Rodriguez. Rebound also tipped away. And Julian Rodriguez making his presence felt early on, as a man from Queens, New York is able to deny Utica a couple of surefire chances. Right off the set play, immediately a left-footed strike from Pinal. Looking to get it back, was able to tip it out to Mershad Ahmadi, who scored his first career MASL 1 goal last weekend against the Texas Outlaws. He's a prolific goal scorer in MASL 2. Took some time to get adjusted up here in Utica. He's been playing some MASL 2 games as Keaton Wood spins away from danger and is held up, so the foul called again. But back to Mershad Ahmadi. 16 goals in MASL 2 in the first 4 games for the Utica City MASL 2 affiliate, United Elite Kreisnik FC. And now has been rewarded with a spot in this MASL 1 side and has scored his first MASL goal last weekend. Isak Somo runs over it, leaves it for Dantas. Dantas curling one of the back posts intended for Somo. It's wide. Back to Bordeaux. A little bit of a change for Bordeaux, who's been a midfielder for most of his time in Utica. He looks like he's playing a little bit more in the back line alongside Wanalava. Here's Somo. With space, now defended by 2. He'll recycle it out to Bordeaux, who has Santana next to him. Now to the far side. Couple of shot fakes. And turned over by De Andrade. Mateus Silva. His pass cut out by De Andrade. And turned around to Santana. Isak Somo. Cutting along the wing, he fires a shot and Rodriguez gets an elbow to it. Another great save. Already 3 big-time stops for Rodriguez in the first 5 minutes of play. Now just home for everything. Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Shouts for a handball after the pass from De Andrade. Utica will not get rewarded with the call, as we're still scoreless through 4 minutes. A lot of bad blood between these two teams. But right now it's Baltimore with the upper hand in this season series. Still a couple more meetings after this one, as there goes Pacheco looking for the back post. And now recycled out to the midway line. Thompson. Earlier this season, he earned a Player of the Week nod for an incredible week, and De Andrade pinches it away. Looks up for Oliveira. Mateus Silva's the first one there. Oliveira chases, and Silva sees it all the way into the hands of Rodriguez. Julian Rodriguez is coming off of another incredible game himself. His last matchup he played was in Milwaukee against the Wave. 12 saves and only allowed 3 goals in what was a 9-3 victory for the Blast over at Milwaukee. Mershad Ahmadi cuts that one out. He's got Oliveira in front of him and instead plays it right into the path of Baltimore. Picked up by Chad Porch. Now to the far side. Moving the other way, laid off. De Oliveira, he fires a shot from distance, and Ahmadi gets in the way. Well, one of the biggest adjustments that Mershad Ahmadi has had to make in joining this Utica City FC side is the defensive side of things, and he's able to make a block there. And now Gio Alves can turn the other way. sent his man the wrong way, but miscontrolled the ball. And Alvis still stumbling forward. Now falls down, won't get the call. Porch assessing. Leaves it out wide, De Oliveira. Off the wall, Pinal with pressure, and De Oliveira will recycle. And again, slowed down by Jonatas Mello. Laid off to Jamie Thomas. 4-game point streak himself. As Silva plays it forward to the one time. Touched back by Jairo Guevara. And Pacheco will pick things up. He'll cut to the left. And lay it back yet again. Baltimore content to pass around the back, try and draw Utica City out of formation. Utica City hasn't allowed anything near Andrew Coughlin just yet. Thompson goes wide. Now into Mateus Silva, layoff pass. Back out to Patrick Thompson. He can take a shot from distance, thought about it, laid it in. Into the corner, and back out to Pacheco. Silva. And all the way back to Julian Rodriguez. As Baltimore will go out for a change, a long shift for this Utica City FC defensive side. As Juan Alava gets beat on the far side. Shot fired in off the wall. Rebound there for Baltimore. Out to Jamie Thomas, off the wall. Rebound tapped away by Jace Berger. Now Somo has to move in space. Isak Somo gets away from one. Can't get away from Welly Bramusi, and so he'll lay it back to Alava. Here's Bordeaux. All the way forward to Dantas. Late inside the return pass, looking for Bordeaux. Dantas dealing with some injuries, but able to shake them off today, recovering from a hamstring knock that he took in that weekend in Texas. A couple of other big pieces that are so close to recovery for this Utica side as there goes Nelson Santana sliding in. He gets called for the foul after giving up possession. Gordy Gerson, Barbaro Chelier, all of them very close to returning for this Utica side. Laid back to De Oliveira. Now Thompson. Working out wide, another big challenge from Utica. This time Cole Stevens, the guilty party. Turning on the far side, defended by Stevens, and eventually stepping in the way is Nelson Santana. Santana, eventually the whistle blows as he gets tossed into the boards. And it's Bruno Enrique who gets a stern talking to from the referees. He's calling that there was contact to his face before the foul occurred. But either way, it's, other than that early flurry for Utica City, it's been pretty quiet in a defensive game between the two sides. Calvin Oliveira's first time facing off against the Blast. Had a chance early on, just 3 minutes in. But other than that, a couple of really good Julian Rodriguez saves. Andrew Coughlin hasn't been as busy. This one floated forward, intended for Oliveira. He's wrapped up and eventually cleared away by Thompson. Pressure coming from Mershad Amadi. And it's a turnover. Amadi, Oliveira thought about the Rabona. Wins possession back. Off the wall. Loose in front. Cleared away. Juan Alava. Now Alves. Into Oliveira. Return pass. Alves had a step and then lost it. And another foul on the far side. So another stoppage with under 6 minutes left to go. Out to Rodriguez. Forward for Jairo Guevara. He's held up and the whistle blows on Nelson Santana. Nine minutes in and still 4 shots on goal for Utica City, none for Baltimore. Pacheco. Silva. Back to Pacheco. Silva again. Pacheco moving to the left. Looks forward for Jairo Guevara. And Guevara gets called for the push-off. So Utica City get a break on the defensive side as Santana able to win possession back for the home side. Belliard. There's been a real lack of involvement from the target men. Other than those first 5 minutes for Utica City, haven't really seen too many dangerous opportunities for this side. Alava looks forward to Pinal again. Pinal headed over, and Rodriguez has to stretch up. And one hand that ball in off the header from Silva. Forward to Pacheco with space. Has a man in front, tapped away by Jace Berger. Rebound in the back of the net. 4:53 left to go in quarter one. And Jesus Pacheco found Willie Bramusi to tap it home past Coughlin. It's 1-0 Blast. And that takes us to our first media timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching the MASL on MASL TV. Back after the media timeout, still a 1-0 lead for Baltimore off of the goal. That was scored by Willie Bramusi. Bramusi is now on a 4-game point streak, his 8th goal of the season. Here's another look at how that one happened. Jesus Pacheco found the pass. Berger got a deflection on it, but then right off the wall, it found Willie Bramusi, and he powered it home past Andrew Coughlin. Just a great connection as Bramusi swung at it in midair and made a great strike on the ball. Keaton Woods picks things back up for Utica. Bordeaux back to Stevens. So the goal officially goes unassisted, but the plan there from Jesus Pacheco was to get it to Bramusi, and by some invisible string, he made it happen. Now in the corner. Turning around is Pinal. He gets it away to Gio Alves. One-time pass out wide to Woods. Woods got past one, but couldn't get past the second. Bordeaux. Pass into the corner for Dantas. Dantas trying to back his man down. Now on the turn. Off the wall, loose in front. Dantas will get it right back. His shot blocks. Alves picks it up. And all the way back to De Andrade. 11 minutes gone. Just one shot on goal for Baltimore, but it's one that went in. And that's all that matters at the end of the day is that score on the scoreboard. Utica has 4 shots on goal. Julian Rodriguez has made some incredible saves back in his old stomping grounds at the Adirondack Bank Center. Amadi goes to the corner, and it goes well past the corner and into the crowd. So he turns it over. Baltimore will pick things up in its own defensive zone. Well, if you're Utica City, you've been here before, and you just need to calm down. Lost a few matches, but a couple of big comeback victories last weekend show that this team is always in it, no matter the scoreline. Turning around in front, and again, Utica City defend hard, but not fully away just yet. Enrique off the boards. Now powered forward, intended for Oliveira. He runs onto it, but so does Rodriguez. Gets it away. Amadi's there. Got a touch on it. But possession remains with Baltimore. Wanalava reads the pass. Looks forward. Calvin Oliveira all alone. Oliveira saved by Rodriguez. What a moment for Oliveira. What a stop by Rodriguez. Enrique took a shot off the boards on the near side. It's still with Baltimore and Porch. Well, those are chances that Oliveira does not usually miss. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. Tried to go between the legs, and Rodriguez read it perfectly. Credit to the Queens goalkeeper. Silva. Thomas. Silva again. Up forward to Alava, who plays defense but gets turned. Off the wall. Coughlin got a touch on it. Second touch also by Coughlin. Now taken away by Utica City. Berger was all alone, 1-on-3, and turned it over eventually all the way back to De Andrade. Under 2 minutes to play in the first frame of action between Baltimore and Utica City. Baltimore having dominated the season series. 3 wins for the Blast over Utica City. Utica has yet to defeat Baltimore. There goes Julian Rodriguez, well out of his goal area. And now we'll hit it off the Adirondack Bank Center scoreboard, and immediately throws his hand up in the air. He knows that's there. He's played here long enough to know where that scoreboard is. And a superstructure violation leads to an opportunity for Utica City from the yellow line. Dantas will take it. Has Belliard to his left. Instead, it will go to the corner. One-time shot is up and away by Gio Alves. So the City unable to make Rodriguez pay for his superstructure violation. And that's a chance that Utica City will want back. A couple of chances this quarter that Utica City have really either been denied by a good save by Rodriguez or just can't find a shot on target. Alava looks to the corner again, intended for Pinal. Headed away. Now Baltimore on the counter. Guevara plays it out wide. Alava let it run. And now we'll pick it back up in the corner. Pressured by Enrique. Wanalava knifes a pass away with 1 minute left to play in the first. Chance for Bermusi to get his second. Took a deflection, and Coughlin makes a save with 45 to play in the first. Rolled out to Bordeaux. Bordeaux surveys, plays Belliard with half a minute to play. Dantas lets it run on the corner. Still with Dantas. You know, he wants the turn, and he does get the turn, but the shot only into the hands of Rodriguez. His throw, perfectly placed. Baltimore on the counter. Shot deflected, and deflected away from danger. Now 15 seconds to play. Porch, battling, gets taken down. Possession with Baltimore now. A foul called on Belliard. 7.6 seconds. As it looked like Jace Berger and Belliard were in the getaway car on the breakaway, but now the foul takes it all the way back inside the Utica defensive zone. One-timer taken in by Juan Pereira. Now with 3 seconds left, Dantas gets it away to Somo. Maybe one final shot. He won't get it off in time. And so with a final first quarter score of 1-0, Utica City FC, well, call it what you want. The city dominated in the first 5 minutes of the game, but after that, it was sweet nothing for the city, and the Blast lead 1-0 going into the break. We'll be right back on MASL TV. Back inside the Adirondack Bank Center as we get towards the beginning of quarter number 2, and want to remind you that Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help athletes battle aching joints and muscles. Learn more or try it yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com. Well, it isn't the style that Utica City wanted in that first quarter to end up with a 0 on the scoreboard. And down by 1 to the Blast, but it's a lead that Utica City has come back from many times this season. And we're back underway in quarter number 2. Wanalava. Entry pass forward to Oliveira. And Kelvin gets there. Tries to win the ball, but Jesus Pacheco comes away with it. Turning the other way is Enrique. And Pacheco forced back. Pushed forward by Juan Pereira. And now Porch can move into space. Porch out wide to Enrique. Enrique's outside of the foot strike, goes just wide. Pressure again from Utica City. But really, ever since those first 5 minutes, it has been all Baltimore on the attack. Utica really struggling for space. Another chance, another save for Coughlin. Still in front, Chad Porch this time is wide. And now Kelvin with space. Oliveira steps forward, has Woods to his right, uses him. Woods fires a shot, saved by Rodriguez. Shouldered back towards Rodriguez. And a foul called on Bordeaux, who went crashing into the netminder. Rodriguez able to get back up. He's taken his fair share of hits before. Think back to that Tacoma game last year where took a save off the face and was hurt for a while. He was not Mr. Perfectly Fine then for Utica City, but now he's with Baltimore and makes a save after some contact from Bordeaux. Pinal wins possession back for Utica. Alvis. Forward to Pinal again, in the corner. Oh, and he goes stripping down. Pinal had some space, but took a tumble in the far side corner. Good tracking back as Pinal wins it back, and Junior Pinal with some space to move forward. Shrugs his man off. Ball roll, and he's sandwiched in between two players, still with Pinal, and now took three Baltimore players to poke it away. Here comes Jamie Thomas. Works out to Porch. He surveys and will lay it off back to the Baltimore defense, allow the Blast to make some changes. Pereira. Pacheco. Back to Silva. And Pacheco again. One-time pass from Enrique. Excuse me, that's Pereira who put that one forward. Bramusi collects, and back to Juan Pereira. That's Elton de Oliveira. Berger steps up, gets an initial touch on it, and forces Baltimore to play it into the corner. 3 minutes gone in quarter number 2. Backheel pass outside of the corner to Jace Berger. And now Utica will take some time moving forward to Isak Somo. Somo lays it off back to Berger. Correction, that's Alava who passed it forward. Dantas back to goal, right where Vinny Dantas operates. On the turn, he's able to find Bordeaux, and actually it'll run all the way back to Alava. And Dantas slow to get up, and immediately complaining to the referees off your screen to the right. Back to Coughlin. Coughlin goes forward to the corner again. And again, it's Dantas, the intended target. And again, Dantas takes some contact. And Baltimore move away. Good stop from Berger. Gets the first touch. Gets the second touch and ends up with possession. Great move from Berger. Dantas out wide. His shot deflected by Baltimore. And now the Blast look to go the other way. De Oliveira poked away by Somo into space. Isak Somo out to Dantas. Back to goal again. Across the face of goal, off the post from Belliard. Belliard again, this time miscommunication with Dantas. Belliard, a golden opportunity to tap it home at the back post, but just couldn't get it right. And another dangerous opportunity for Utica that might come back to bite the home side. Moving forward, Coughlin collects it off the wall. You have to be delicate with those ones off the wall, can always take a bounce the wrong way. But Coughlin reads that one perfectly. That's the experience showing for Andrew Coughlin, who's been in the MASL since 2015. Alava with pressure. Still with pressure, goes all the way back to Coughlin. His pass forward, intended for Oliveira. Stevens battling with Jamie Thomas for it, and eventually works out to Jonatas Mello. Back to Mello. And he turns away from pressure. Well, 20 minutes into the game, and there's still a blank space in that Utica scoreboard. 0 as the Blast lead 1-0 on Era's night here inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Shot deflected away again by the Utica defense. That's Alava. And again, the defenses came to play today, and really every time that these two teams meet here inside the Adirondack Bank Center this season, both times under 15 goals scored between the two sides. For two teams that just average over and under 7 goals a game. This one laid off, shot deflected away. Chasing it down is Alava. Headed towards Coughlin, who will collect comfortably and move it quickly to DeAndrade. DeAndrade launching one up to Pinal, but he's on his own, and Rodriguez collects. Now Berger, DeAndrade in space. Picked away by Juan Pereira. Now all the way back to Rodriguez. This one comes awkwardly off the wall, but he plays it. Back into the defense, turned over. Still in front for Mateus Silva. Pressure coming from Utica. And Pinal shields it away into the path of Bordeaux. Bordeaux again. 7 minutes gone in the second quarter. Still that 1-0 score that we had at the end of the first, thanks to Welly Bramusi's volley off the wall. Here's Amadi. Thought about the shot. Turns into some space. Plays Dantas, now back to Bordeaux again. Out wide, Alves into Dantas, on the turn, lays it off, Amadi fires, he scores! Mershad Amadi's first at home and his second in his MASL career ties things up for the city. It's 1-1. It's a story like no other. Mershad Amadi and finding the back of the net. Did it in MASL 2 and is doing it now in the MASL. As he takes a deflected shot into the back of the net. And Utica City ties things up. That takes us to our first media timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching the MASL on MASL TV. Back after the media timeout, a reminder that you can catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bastavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Well, one of the league's hot topics is Taylor Swift Night, right? It has to be. One of the best promotions that Utica City is putting on this season. One of many promotions that Utica City is putting on this year. It's 1-1 thanks to the goal from Mershad Amadi. And Utica ties things up with under 8 minutes to play in the second quarter. That pass forward intended for Coughlin, who will play it off the wall. Turned over. Porch lays it off. Good block from Utica City. That's Berger who got in the way. Dantas picks up the assist. This one loose in front. Somo took a shot. Still loose for Baltimore. And the shot goes flashing wide from Bramusi. Bramusi turns around, lays it off. This is Pereira. Cuts inside, and now lays it off to Jonatas Mello. Forward to Somo. Now turning around, a good defensive deflection, but still with Bramusi, who fires a shot. It's wide. And now Dantas picks it up. Turn back to Stevens. Well, in case you don't know too much about Mershad Ahmadi, he's one of the recent Utica City FC signings, but he was the man in MASL 2, always up for the running for the Golden Boot, as there's a shot from Oliveira. Woods in front, he scores! Keaton Wood, second straight game with a goal, and it's 2-1 Utica City. Oliveira picks up the assist. Woods finds the back of the net for the second game straight, and it's 2-1 Utica on top. Well, if you can't score, Kelvin Oliveira just turns into the archer. He'll lay things up and set up the play for Keaton Woods. A Walla Scora as Woods takes the first touch off the wall and finds the back of the net. So 2-1 now. Woods assisted by Oliveira. Oliveira can have a strike from distance, and it's wide. And Bordeaux picks things up. Bordeaux running the wall. In between two, and Baltimore able to get things away. Well, after dominating defensively, 2 goals in a span of 3 minutes for Utica City have turned the game around. It's a little bit of daylight for this Utica City offense that struggled for so long. Out wide to Pereira. Shuffles along the wall. Return pass to Pereira, blocked away by Alves. And Utica City just move it away from the danger area. Porch, Silva. 5.5 minutes to go. Porch again. And cut out by this Utica City team. Berger moves into space. 2-on-2. If the Iowa native hurries, he fires a shot, and another acrobatic stop from Julian Rodriguez. Ahmadi maintains possession, and now all the way back to Gio Alves. Well, a little bit of style there from Julian Rodriguez, who gets up and paws it away. Hard shot from Berger. Pinal. Now all the way back to Wanalava. Four and a half minutes to play. Good move along the far side wall. Still continuing with it. Now moving into space in front. Pinal on the swivel, he scores! What a strike from Junior Pinal. Good setup from Emmanuel Belliard. And it's 3-1 City. Belliard and Pacheco go shoulder to shoulder. And then just a poke in from Belliard. Pinal picks it up, taps it in the sky to himself, and turns around and fires it in the back of the net. Pinal is now in double digits, his 10th goal of the season. And what a revelation the rookie has been. It's the 2 rookies that lead Utica City FC in scoring. Oliveira with 22 and now Pinal with 10. And really the mastermind behind that Utica City goal was Belliard, who just ran along the wall, went shoulder to shoulder with Pacheco, and eventually worked out into space. Here's Pinal again. He's all alone this time, and will hold play up and go all the way back to Alava. Well, if we go back to December or any time that these two teams play, it seems like Utica City's always in it, fighting, and then there's just a switch that lights in the way for Baltimore. We'll see if that switch flips again for the away side. Rodriguez feeling some pressure from Nilton de Andrade. And now forward, intended for Pacheco. Alves let it run under him. Woods heads it all the way back to Coughlin. Coughlin will let this one roll into the box, and actually Alves will play it first. De Andrade, pass forward intended for Oliveira. Now Alves will pick things up. Alves. Oliveira on the turn. Turns back around and will play it to De Andrade. Worked out wide. Amadi looking for his second goal of the game. Now back, De Andrade. One-time pass to Kelvin. And Oliveira, double-teamed, fires one across the face of goal. Track back from Gio Alves and Nate Bordeaux, and there's some contact near the boards. Both players go down. And it's Bordeaux and Thomas who get tangled up with each other, and Bordeaux wins the foul. Oliveira turning around, fires a pass forward. He gets shoved down by Elton De Oliveira. Kelvin Oliveira on Utica City. You've got Elton De Oliveira on Baltimore. You've also got Kelvin Mwape on Baltimore. This one forward, intended for De Oliveira, and Coughlin comes out to collect. Coughlin's got the purple goalie jersey on. Looks like a little bit of a lavender haze in net for Utica City. And now Berger with 1:25 left to go in the first half. Over the head of Pinal. But a 3-1 lead for City. Most recent goal scored by Pinal. As stepping forward is Isak Somo to apply some pressure. Pass works out to Joan Pereira. Pereira forward to Welly Bermusi. His shot off the wall. Caught by Coughlin. Bermusi's a lone goal scorer for Baltimore with 1 minute left to play in the first half. Subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more. And also, you can get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following at MASL Soccer on Instagram and Facebook, and MASL Arena on Twitter. 35 seconds left to play. Maybe a couple final forward motions for Baltimore. Looking to tighten up this 2-goal deficit to just 1 in the final half a minute. Turning in is Bermusi. He fires a shot, gets shoved in the process, and now Utica City with one final chance to move forward. Foul called with 15 seconds left. This one on Bermusi, so he'll run away. And off for a change goes Welly Bermusi, the lone goal scorer for Baltimore. 13 seconds left. Alava looking forward. Wants Dantas. This one headed out of play with 6.3 seconds to go. So it's 6.3 left. Oliveira stands over this one, rolls one in, took a couple of dangerous bounces, but Jace Berger couldn't find the end of the pass, and now that will do it for half number 1. It's been a quick, high-flying game. It was Blast 1-0 at the end of 1, but it's 3 unanswered for Utica City, who lead by 2 going into the second half. 3-1 lead as Junior Pinal is the most recent goal scorer. But alongside him, Mershad Amadi scores his first goal in the Adirondack Bank Center. And we will step aside for halftime. We'll be back when the second half kicks off here on MASL TV.
Creative, fast, strong, agile, dependable. Just has that special something.
What makes a great player?
The same thing that makes a great vehicle.
Let's go, Utica!
Davidson of Rome.
Nice.
Proud sponsor of the Utica City Football Club.
What a save!
What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Shoot! He scores!
What's going on, everybody? This is the MASL in 5. It's your chance to get caught up on everything that went down in the MASL over the past week in just 5 minutes. Let's go.
We're actually going to have a Comet representative coming up. I'll tell you in a second.
Here's Nathan Durnall! He gets his first goal!
Nathan Durdle gets his first MASL goal for the KC Comets on Teddy Bear Toss night, no less. Thousands of bears collected for charity by the Comets, who were taking on the Chihuahua Savage that night. The team, they are trying to unseat as league champions, and the Comets sent a message. They will be a force to be reckoned with. They handed the Savage just their second loss of the campaign, taking it 5-2. 3 days later, the Savage continued their Midwest swing against Milwaukee. This game had everything. Mario Alvarez made it 6-5 Wave in the fourth quarter, but with just over 2 minutes remaining, the Mexicans knotted it up. This one needed overtime.
And they work the 1-2. Shot saved by
Oh, no.
Augie Ray, but the rebound followed. Gallego scores. And the Chihuahua Savage win it in overtime, 7-6.
And Milwaukee had better luck against Utica, though, 2 days previous. With 47 seconds left in the game, Vinny Dantas ties it up for the Blues off this beauty. But then, the weirdest finish so far to any game this season.
Coughlin's got to make something happen. Ball rolls. Oh no, this one might end. And it does. The Wave, the final second of play in the Adirondack Bank Center, and Milwaukee walks away with all 3 points.
With 1 second remaining on the clock. Ouch if you're Utica. Some hot players from last week. Dom Francis continues to have a tremendous season for Harrisburg. The man from Huddersfield, England, had 6 points in 2 games. That included a 4-point performance against Dallas. Jesus Pacheco, hat-trick in an 8-5 Blast win over the Sidekicks. Jesus now 14 points on the season so far. And Justin Stinson of the Empire Strikers had a great week for the boys in purple against Utica in the return match. He had a hat-trick, including that beauty right there, getting Philly and the boys out of their seats. The MASL All-Star Game, of course, taking place on February 12th in Utica, New York. It includes an All-Star Skills Challenge at 6 p.m., All-Star Game at 7:15, and followed by the All-Star Fan Fest. After that, it all happens February 12th in Utica, New York. Your players of the week brought to you by Green Drop, and they are goalkeeper Philip Ejimadu, defensively Chad Vandegrift, offensively Kelvin Oliveira of Utica. This is just getting ridiculous. After missing several games, he returned. He had 9 points total, 8 points in one single game in a win against Milwaukee, though. Defensively, Vandegrift, talk about a monster game against Chihuahua. Sure, he had 2 goals, but he also had 10, count them, 10 blocks for the Comets, and in between the posts that night, goalkeeper Ejimadu coming up huge as well for KC. 19 saves to go along with 2 assists as well. Okay, time for your plays of the week.
Still with Kelvin, and it trickles in. Oliveira scores. It's 5-4. Riggy's right back within 1. Coughlin's got to make something happen. Ball rolls. Oh no, this one might end. And it does. The Wave, the final second of play.
Quarterly in indoor soccer. Here we see Brian Orozco checking into the game for Clayson DeLima. Que golazo! That was the goal of the game. Brian Orozco jumping into the stands.
And here goes Kelvin Oliveira. Onto his left foot. He finds the back of the net. An absolute strike. Works across, and Alvarez rifles a shot in the top left corner.
here in the first. Quickly behind, Wally gets one!
Escalante from downtown. Shazam!
Moves in left side, shot blocked by Tavernisi. Follow-up goal with 1.6 seconds on the clock.
Willie B only finds Oliveira, who can take a shot from distance, and it's in the back of the net. Oh my word, what a strike from Kelvin Oliveira. From his own half, he finds the goal.
Yeah, and just a reminder, of course, that to stay up to date with everything that's going on with the league, including great feature stories, the latest news, statistics, you can head to the MASL's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Heading to Babes at Harbor Point, heading on down to Babes. Making my way down Genesee, making my way to Babes. Watch the game, have a beer, always something happening here. Bring the family one and all, come on down and have a ball. Let's go. Heading to Babes at Harbor Point, heading on down to Babes. Making my way down Genesee, making my way straight to Babes.
Country rock trailblazer, Brantley Gilbert, the Tattoos Tour 2025.
These ain't just some tattoos, this is who I am. This is what
Adirondack Bank Center, Friday, April 25th, with special guests Travis Denning and Peyton Smith. Get tickets now at EmpireStateTix.com. The brand new album Tattoos is available everywhere. For more, visit BrantleyGilbert.com. Produced by Pepper Entertainment. Creative, fast, strong, agile, dependable. Just has that special something.
What makes a great player?
The same thing that makes a great vehicle.
Let's go, Utica!
Davidson of Rome.
Nice.
Proud sponsor of the Utica City Football Club.
Taylor & the Cook is now open at 311 Main Street. It's everything you know and love about one of the top 100 restaurants in the country, but now with so much more. We're proud to offer a new menu, items for everyone to enjoy, from a cheeseburger to a steak sandwich, scallops, filet, and everything in between. Sit by the fire and enjoy a cocktail for happy hour, or book a reservation online. Or you can just walk in. Taylor & the Cook, so much more than before.
We are the best spine care facility in the region. We are providing world-class care for our patients. We are Central New York Brain and Spine Neurosurgery. Suffering from neck pain, back pain, frustrated because you can't get any relief? Let Dr. Q and his staff provide you with the care and compassion that you need. With the latest and greatest technology, Dr. Q and his staff will help get your health and your life back to what you deserve. Dr. Q cares about you. Call us today.
Warm up at Stewart Shops. From hot coffee to soups, hot entrees, and cheeseburgers, Stewart Shops is a great place for a quick bite that will warm you up and satisfy your cravings this time of year. You'll find more choices than most fast food restaurants, like the delicious meatballs, the crispy chicken sandwich, chicken tenders, and the endless combinations of make-your-own hot dogs with free meat sauce. You're in and back on the road in no time with a hearty meal that will keep you going all day. Warm up at Stewart Shops with great, easy food.
Athletes wear all kinds of protective equipment, helmets, shin guards, and padding to protect themselves from severe injury. Every year, more than 42,000 sports-related eye injuries require emergency room visits. Every athlete can reduce their risk of serious eye injury by wearing protective eyewear. The Cavity Optical Shop is now offering protective eyewear with an ergonomic design ideal for protection and comfort with or without prescription lenses. Visit us at 408 Elizabeth Street in Utica.
Across the nation, MASL players are giving back, utilizing their professional power to touch and inspire people in their local communities nationwide. Free soccer clinics, where kids can meet their heroes and learn new skills. After-school programs and special events. And surprise visits to the classroom. Visiting brave kids in the hospital, bringing joy and hope. Supporting special needs care, partnering with local businesses, and so much more. MASL, passion on the field, purpose off the field, committed to community.
Creative, fast, strong, agile, dependable, just has that special something.
What makes a great player?
The same thing that makes a great vehicle.
Let's go, Utica! Let's go!
Davidson of Rome.
Nice.
Proud sponsor of the Utica City Football Club.
Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center as we are approaching the second half of action between Utica City FC and the Baltimore Blast. It's been a tight back-and-forth battle. It started off with the Blast scoring first, but after that, it was all Utica City FC. A 1-0 lead for the Blast at the end of the first 15 minutes of frame turned into a 3-1 lead for Utica City at the end of the second 15 minutes of play. It was a 3 unanswered goal second period, and Utica City looking to build on that momentum. All 3 goals for Utica City scored within a span of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Started with Mershad Ahmadi, his first goal at home as a member of Utica City. Then Keaton Woods got another one, assisted by Kelvin Oliveira. And then Junior Pinal got the third, assisted by Emmanuel Belliard. A lot of high-flying action, but a lot of defense between these two sides. Goalkeeper Julian Rodriguez for Baltimore is playing out of his mind right now for the Blast. He's the one reason why this Blast team is so close in this game. He's made high-flying save after high-flying save for the visiting side. It's Era's night inside of the Adirondack Bank Center A lot of Taylor Swift music going on. Might have caught a few Taylor Swift references in that first half. As we get set for the second half of play, and if there's one thing that Utica City has done well, and one player that they've keyed in on, Jesus Pacheco, really hasn't had too much. He had the play that really assisted that first goal that was scored. But after that, it has been a lot of Utica City defense that turned then into 3.5 minutes of Utica City offense. Well, the buzzer sounds and we're set for half number 2 between the boys in blue and, well, usually it's Baltimore in the maroon or the red, but today they're in all white. Working forward, finds Enrique. Forward again to Enrique. And now all the way back to Jonatas Mello. Enrique again, this time on the near side. Shot wide of Coughlin. Woods chests it down, but he took too long. Still has possession, gets it away momentarily. And the second attempt cleared away and well out of the zone by Nilton de Andrade. Rodriguez plays it with his hands. Mateus Silva pressured by Oliveira. Mershad Amadi got a touch to it. Amadi's still there. De Andrade lays it off. Elvis shoots, took a deflection that really took the sting out of the shot. And Rodriguez collects. Turned over again by Baltimore. And all the way back to Andrew Coughlin. Coughlin to Alvis. Floated forward for Oliveira. Chested down. And out of play. No, just kidding. Hangs in the boards. And Oliveira pokes it towards the zone. Alava chases it down. Takes his man down, and a foul called in the process. The Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on MASL TV. And remind you that MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Belliard now looking to maintain possession. Somo gets it back momentarily and is able to find a pass out to Berger. And there goes Jace Berger, cuts through 2. Out wide to Oliveira, off the wall. Oliveira bounced it to himself. And now Belliard heads it down to Somo. Somo double teamed, Oliveira. Still Oliveira. And Bordeaux lays it off to Santana. We're just a few days away now from the MASL All-Star Game hosted right here in the Adirondack Bank Center. As that pass goes awry and Santana tracks it down. February 12th, Wednesday, is the day of the All-Star Game and All-Star Skills Challenge as well as the All-Star Game. Just a couple of days ago, the All-Star rosters were finalized as a draft between Team Pereira and Team Kelvin that you can go back and watch on the MASL YouTube channel to see where the teams break down. And to no surprise, all the Utica City players drafted by the Utica City head coach, Everton Morera. As that header goes all the way back to Coughlin. Santana. Outside of the foot pass intended for Dantas. And now Baltimore with some possession. Quiet first 3 minutes and 15 seconds of this third quarter. Santana. Coughlin, pressured by 2. Gets it away to Oliveira. Ducks under the pressure from Silva. And Rodriguez comes away with it. His pass up off the boards. Forward to Welly Bermusi. Now the other way. This is Jonatas Mello. Silva. To the other side now. Contact between Somo and the defender. And Baltimore maintained possession. On the turn. Santana defends. Now De Andrade cleans things up. Here's Silva. Thought about the shot. Lays it off. Blast still passing around looking for an entry. Mello steps into the yellow line and now will step back out. De Oliveira fires a shot from distance. And it's high and does not test Andrew Coughlin. 12 shots on goal for Utica City, just 4 for Baltimore. As Coughlin feels pressure. Pinal brought it down, and now pressure coming as that one goes back to Rodriguez, who gets it away. Hits off the shoulder of Alava, who gets called for a foul in the process. Unhappy with the call, but Baltimore with a free kick, and the Utica fans letting the referees hear it. Well, Alava trying to plead his innocence, saying, "Don't blame me for that one," as he made shoulder contact with one of the Blast players. This one goes all the way back into the hands of Andrew Coughlin. Belliard. Coughlin again. And now a pass forward intended for Pinal. Kept in play by Baltimore. And Berger heads it towards Pinal again. It bounces up off the boards. Pinal battling. Most recent goal scorer for Utica City is Junior Pinal. But now a chance to go the other way. Alava, it hit off his back. He didn't even know where the ball was. And still made a defensive play on it. Here's Murshad Ahmadi looking to weasel himself out of trouble. And he does. Crossfield pass to Jace Berger, who lays it back. Belliard. All the way back to Coughlin. Now Somo turns into space, away from Bermusi. Looks to get past Thomas, and he took him down in the process. Here's Porch with a shot. Blocked away by Dantas. Crossfield pass, some space now for Baltimore. Works in, one-on-one with Coughlin, who's on the ground, still with Porch. And Baltimore forced it back out as the Utica defense collapses in on the ball. Mello. Up forward to Enrique. Laid off to Jonatas Mello again. Now Enrique with contact from Alava, who goes down, and the whistle goes the way of Utica City. Well, Enrique again voicing his frustration, saying, "Look what you made me do, Juan Alava," as Alava stepped in front and took the contact to draw the foul. Pass forward intended for Oliveira. And again, Baltimore maintained possession, but turn it right back over to Bordeaux. Somo, the hometown kid from Utica, New York, will lay it back now to Nelson Santana. Oliveira. Almost got it back. Think back to that chance earlier in the game where Oliveira was one-on-one with Rodriguez, tried to go between the legs, but here's Oliveira again with pressure. Has yet to score today, Kelvin Oliveira. And turned over, here's Elton De Oliveira. And we're midway through this third quarter. Once again, very defensive game between these two sides. Porch on the wraparound, pokes it in past Coughlin. A nifty little play from Chad Porch. He's on a 4-game goal streak now, and it's a one-goal game. With that, we'll take a media timeout. Baltimore player down on the field will get tended to as well. It's Jairo Guevara who's down. So we'll step aside and hope for Jairo Guevara to get treated. Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. A 3-2 lead for Utica City after the most recent goal for the Baltimore Blast. Scored by Chad Porch, assisted by Jairo Guevara. Guevara went down on the play as well. Got treated too, and he's up and moving now on the Baltimore bench. There's another look at that Porch goal. A little toe poke past Andrew Coughlin is all it took to find the back of the net. And while it's hard to stress how important this rivalry is on Era's night inside the Adirondack Bank Center, it's almost comparable to a feud that many know in the Taylor Swift world. But here's Andrew Coughlin to get us started underway again. Belliard. Alava pokes it forward. Keaton Woods is trapped alongside two. He takes a push in the back. And Jesus Pacheco comes away with possession. All the way back to Rodriguez. And the pass from Belliard goes up off the boards and out of play. That ball slowly makes its way back into the field of play. It's Chad Porch, who's scored now in 4 straight games, his 13th goal of the season, averaging 2 points a game in his first MASL season. This one poked away by Alava, but he turned it over, and on the swivel, Bruno Enrique just lifted it all the way up into the corner netting. Coughlin with the goalkeeper restart will drop it off to Alava. Now Mershad Ahmadi scored the first goal of the game for Utica to tie things up, and he goes on the move. Ahmadi with the left foot off the wall, chested back to Rodriguez. Well, Ahmadi's a player who will always find a way to get a shot towards goal. In the last matchup that Utica City had against the Dallas Sidekicks, Ahmadi ended with 7 shots on goal. One of the highest numbers in all of this Utica City season. As a one-time pass cut away by Alava. The only really time I could think a player having more shots on goal than Mershad Ahmadi against Dallas is when Kelvin Oliveira scored 5 in a game. As Baltimore wants the ball in a better position and wants the players stepped off for Utica City in the proper distance away from the play. Electing to go short. Good step over, and the shot goes high up off the glass, out to Silva. Porch. Out wide again. Now back to Porch. And a foul called on Mershad Ahmadi. Well, the 2 matches in Utica, neither team has reached 7 goals, but the one matchup between these 2 teams in Baltimore, it was dominated by the Blast. Final score 10-4 in favor of the Baltimore side. This one clipped towards goal. And now away by Utica City. It ends up hitting one of the fans in the Miller Lite Beer Garden down right near the field. So Baltimore will restart. Almost poked away by Pinal. Crossfield pass, good touch, but now a chance to shoot from distance. It goes wide. Ambitious shot from Gio Alves. Pinal with pressure. Alves goes sliding in, and Isak Somo goes hustling back on Jamie Thomas. Good win from De Andrade, 2-on-2 the other way. De Andrade goes to the left, looks for the pass to Pinal. It got deflected on the way through by Chad Porch. Porch, the Delaware alum, played with the Charlotte Independents in USL League One and scored the $1 million goal in TST over the 2024 TST season for La Bombonera. As on the restart, Belliard looks forward to the corner. Dantas turns, rolls one in, and it's an easy save for Rodriguez. Bermusi out with the left. Now turned in, and Baltimore with some space. Under 5 to play in the third quarter. Low scoring affair between these two sides, as it's been all season long. The goalkeeper's dominating as Coughlin makes a save. Well, whether it's Coughlin, Zierhofer, or Rodriguez, every goalkeeper in these matchups has been playing enchanted somewhat. Oliveira, who's in his first matchup against this Baltimore side. He missed the first 3 because he was in Italy with the Brazil Kings World Cup of Nations side, a tournament that he dominated in early January, scoring 19 goals in the tournament. That was more than 5 or 6 countries scored in the entire tournament as well, as Oliveira gets chopped down and is in pain on the far side right in front of the Utica bench. Well, Oliveira has been subject to some physicality. Think back to those games last weekend against Texas and Dallas. Just an extra shove to throw him off balance, an extra hack to keep him at bay, but still ended up with 4 goals on the weekend, including a hat trick against Dallas. Also tacked on an assist in that Dallas game. Santana. Bordeaux. Bordeaux again. Now De Andrade. Turning around, that's Stevens who will find Coughlin. Coughlin is well out of his goal and looks to the corner for Oliveira. Off the wall, Woods finds it. Has it poked away. And now Baltimore on the counter. Chance to move forward. Good track back from Stevens. And Stevens and Woods combine defensively. Santana gets it away. Not far enough as Baltimore maintain possession in the attacking half. Finds Patrick Thompson. Good stretch pass forward. Elton De Oliveira, saved by Coughlin. Rebounds denied by Coughlin again. And now Oliveira is forward with space. Mershad Ahmadi steps in the way. Here's another look at this shot from Elton De Oliveira. Strong right hand from Coughlin. He dove to stop the second one as well. So Baltimore now stepping up the intensity. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Nelson Santana steps in the way. Here goes De Andrade the other way. Has Gio Alves bursting with speed ahead of him. Instead, we'll lay it off the other way. Mershad Ahmadi fires a shot. It's high off the glass. And Jesus Pacheco brings it down. Junior Pinal heads it forward. Alves gets shoved off the ball. And now Jamie Thomas moves the other way, much to the dismay of Utica fans. Jesus Pacheco. 70 seconds left in this third quarter, and now Alava's moving with speed into some space. He's sandwiched by Pacheco, and 2 players go down for Utica City. Jesus Pacheco fires a shot. Another great save from Coughlin. 1 minute left in the third, and Coughlin comes out to play that one off the wall and into the crowd. Well, Coughlin has stepped it up since conceding that goal to Chad Porch. A couple of big-time stops for the Utica netminder, who has played every minute this season. Another save, this time for Juan Alava, who blocks it right in front. There was an instance where a different goalkeeper played for Utica City but didn't register a minute. Coughlin was assessed a blue card against Texas and had to step out of play. So Babacar Cisse stepped in. It was a penalty kick that was converted by the Outlaws. And Cisse went right back out for Coughlin. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Just the one goal in the third quarter from Chad Porch. As dragged down was Wanalava. And with 16 seconds left, the foul sends Bruno Enrique the other way. We've had a relatively clean game, no blue cards, and that's been a theme of a lot of these games here in the Adirondack Bank Center. Players avoiding exile and staying in the field of play. Dantas lays one off to Oliveira. Back to Dantas on the turn, saved by Rodriguez, 4 seconds left. Oliveira battling, still loose in front, and Baltimore able to dribble it out. So that puts us at 3-2. Chad Porch, the lone goal in the third. But Utica still lead by 1. We'll step aside. You're watching the MASL on MASL TV. Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center on Arrows Night. It's Utica City with a slim 3-2 lead. It was 1-0 Baltimore after the first, 3-1 Utica after the second, and now it's a one-goal game as the Blast and Utica City battle in a story that's really the furthest thing from a love story between these two teams. It is a rivalry like no other in the MASL. The two teams that play in the East last season had a bunch of heated rivalries, now play obviously in just one big table in the MASL with all 12 teams. But still, Utica plays Baltimore more than any other team this season. And a reminder that MASL Monday is live every Monday night on MASL TV, on YouTube, and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bastavanski and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's game and discuss the league's hot topics. MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com. And the MASL All-Star Game, that's the next time we'll be live from the Adirondack Bank Center. It's Utica, New York on February 12th of 2025. Stay tuned to the MASL social media accounts for content from the All-Star Skills Challenge as well as the All-Star Game itself. We're back underway as Zierhofer has stepped in goal for the Baltimore Blast. Goalkeeper change sees Michael Zierhofer in and Julian Rodriguez out. It's not for lack of bad play from Rodriguez. He's had an excellent game so far. I think Zierhofer maybe just offers a little bit more offensively. In his career, he's scored more than a few goals. A lot of them with his hands, but he can't do that anymore. You're not allowed to throw a ball into the back of the net with the new rule changes. But Zierhofer maybe can get this get this Baltimore offense going and provide some juice on the offensive side. 1-goal game. Pereira, Pacheco. Pereira left it. De Andrade could go for a long-distance shot. Instead, he gets taken down, and the whistle blows. Zierhofer on the season coming into today has played in 6 games, has a 4.69 goals against average and a 73% save percentage. Coughlin angled forward as Pinal had his shirt pulled. Possession remains with Utica City. Alves leaves it back for Belliard. He assisted the most recent Utica City goal to Junior Pinal. He's making his way down the same channel there. Pinal was held up in the penalty box. And now Chad Porch bursts away with some speed. Silva. Forward for Baltimore. Out wide. Shot high and away off the glass. Belliard can pick things up. Still with Utica in the back end. And now Pinal finds his way in. All the way back to Alava. Soma. Santana. Berger. And so Zierhofer was back in for a stint. But I believe Rodriguez is back now for Baltimore as Cole Stevens battles alongside the boards. Still a 1-goal game, 3-2. The most recent goal scored by Chad Porch of Baltimore midway through the 3rd quarter. But other than that, a 3-goal second quarter put Utica on top and has Utica leading. Somo goes through the legs of one defender but couldn't maintain possession. He wins it back, but all the way out to Jamie Thomas. Jonatas Mello. Now forward again. Pereira. Pacheco. Silva. De Oliveira turns it over. Somo in space. Gets past one with a step over. Will lay it back to Cole Stevens. Pressure coming, and Utica work out. De Andrade. Forward to Woods. He's in space. There goes Keaton Woods all alone. Pacheco comes across. Woods cuts across, and his shot blocked. Good defensive effort by Jesus Pacheco and Julian Rodriguez to close down on that one. Kelvin will get us started again. He's really 1-on-4. Has De Andrade in front of him. Now we'll get some offensive help from Bordeaux. Crossfield pass to Woods. Woods, who wants to take his man on, will play it high off the wall. And it only gets out to Juan Pereira. Rolled forward towards Rodriguez again. And Julian Rodriguez holds on. Back to Rodriguez. There's some contact, but Utica with possession. Off the wall, intended for Oliveira. Just missed him, and now Welly Bermusi goes the other way. Now De Andrade turns the other way. His shot rifled in the net. Milton De Andrade scores for Utica. It's 4-2. Not much you can do about that if you're Julian Rodriguez. Milton De Andrade just turns around in space and absolutely launches one into the top corner. And in Julian Rodriguez's eyes, the two former teammates, it's De Andrade who's the anti-hero for Rodriguez. (4-2) Utica lead. And if Utica win today, it would jump to 22 points on the season, which would put them still in 6th place, but only 1 point behind Milwaukee, who's in 5th. Coughlin. Santana, his pass went off the head of one of the Baltimore midfielders, and Welly Bermusi picks it back up. Not much you can do about that one if you're Julian Rodriguez. Just a shot that really materialized from Milton De Andrade's wildest dreams. Right in front of him, he had the opportunity to shoot, and he did. And now a chance in front, saved by Coughlin, rebound off his back, and somehow Coughlin maintains a 2-goal lead for Utica. Coughlin was not ready for that first shot and the rebound to come off of his back, but a good adjustment. He was ready for it before it crossed the goal line. And if you're Utica, you don't have to try and force the issue here. You just got to tolerate the pressure, tolerate it for long enough. With only 9 minutes left to play. As Jamie Thomas over to Pacheco. Now Porch. All the way back, and Pacheco will pick things up again. Stepping in, good moves, but turned over, and now Utica with space. Mershad Amadi bursting forward. But Vinny Dantas and Amadi will go off for a change. It gets Kelvin Oliveira back on the field for Utica. Somo chases one down. Silva steps in the way. Out wide, good crossfield pass, but the shot was always headed up, and, well, that shot belonged with the top of the net, but not the net that Baltimore wants to score, and it's the net that protects the fans. And it will be a goalie restart for Utica when we come back from the final media timeout of the fourth quarter. Final 8 minutes of action when we return at the Adirondack Bank Center. I'm Arnav Pocarelli. You're listening to the MASL on MASL TV. Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Action underway again as Julian Rodriguez makes a save with his face, just like he did against Tacoma last season. And Somo picks it up. And Isak Somo goes tumbling down. Baltimore on the move. Down by 2 with 8 minutes left to play in this one. Rodriguez back to Thompson. Now Pereira. Utica City looking for its first win against the Blast. Here's Pereira in space, laid off, and Bramusi just overran it. Well, he's so quick that he couldn't even register where the ball was. And now Utica City on the breakaway with speed. Scooped in the back of the net, DeAndrade again! Back-to-back goals for Nilton DeAndrade, and he's blown this game wide open. It's 5-2 City. Well, it may not be midnight rain, but Nilton DeAndrade is pouring it on right now for the City as Utica jumps out to a 3-goal lead. And you couldn't ask for a better start to out of the media timeout than that. You pack things down defensively, and then right away on the counter, Nilton DeAndrade, he could have shot it, he could have passed it to Kelvin Oliveira, elects to chip it in the back of the net, and now Baltimore will go with the empty net. So Julian Rodriguez steps off. Baltimore brings on the 6th attacker. And for the final 7 minutes, we'll see if Baltimore can procure some offense with an extra man in the attack. Pacheco. Porch. Out wide. This one turned over. Alava can't maintain possession, but stretches across. An incredible feat there of acrobatics. And now Oliveira all alone on the extra attacker. Kelvin scores! Well, it was bound to happen for Kelvin Oliveira. And eventually, final 7 minutes of play, he gets on the score sheet. And it's now 9 consecutive games with a goal for Kelvin Oliveira. And it's a 6-2 Utica City lead. And we're getting to the end game now with 6.5 minutes left to play and still the empty net for Baltimore. Well, chance after chance for Kelvin. It was would've, could've, should've. But now he finally finds the back of the net. Still extra attacker on the field for Baltimore. Oliveira chases it down. Cleared away by Utica City. And now Oliveira can have at it again. Instead, we'll turn things around. DeAndrade will maintain possession. Under 6 minutes to play. And now a timeout called by Utica City. So Kelvin Oliveira gets on the score sheet for Utica. It's a 6-2 lead for the boys in blue. And we will take a step aside right along with them. Amarnath Pokrel, you're listening to the MASL on MASL TV. 6 minutes of action left in the Adirondack Bank Center as Utica City has a 4-goal lead over the Baltimore Blast. And possession of the ball with Andrew Coughlin. Julian Rodriguez is back out on the field. He's been stepping out for the extra attacker as of late for this Baltimore side, looking to spark a comeback. But it was 2 goals from Nilton de Andrade that made it a 5-2 game, and then an extra attacker for Kelvin Oliveira. That one assisted by Nelson Santana. Only his 2nd assist of the season, Santana. And Oliveira scoring in his 9th straight game, his 23rd goal of the season. Forward again, and Dantas called for the foul. That allows Rodriguez time to get off the field. And now, Pacheco will play it to the extra attacker, Jonatas Melo. Pereira. Pacheco. Melo again. Back to Melo. That one angled up off the boards. Still loose in front for Baltimore. Oliveira brings it down, and it goes just out of play. Alava looking forward for Kelvin. Finds him. Kelvin defended by 2, now 3 Baltimore players. Alava applies pressure and comes away with it. Rodriguez is back out now. Just running a little track meet back and forth to the Baltimore bench as Rodriguez and the extra attacker, Jonatas Melo, move back and forth. Here's Kelvin. With space, back heel flick. Alves, oh, what a save by Rodriguez. Falls out to Kelvin again. On the volley, what a block in front. 2 last-ditch efforts from Baltimore defensively. First, Rodriguez makes the save, and then the block on the Kelvin volley. And now Chad Porch goes the other way. 4.5 to go. And Kelvin can't believe that that volley got blocked. Melo. Pereira. Dantas. Defending, now he's off, actually. It steps into Chad Porch. Good defense again, Belliard, but Porch maintains possession. Great balance from the Delaware alum. Pressure coming, Jonatas Melo plays it out wide to Pereira. Back to Melo. Pereira again. Give and go with Melo, back and forth. Baltimore looking for that opening. Pacheco fires a shot, blocked by Santana. The rebound, scored. And Coughlin will be the first to grab the ball. As scoring that one was number 25, Bruno Enrique. Pacheco put the first shot in. The rebound falls right to Enrique, who powers it home. Shades of the first goal of the game for Welly Bramusi, as once again, Pacheco just fired a shot in. It got saved, and then Bramusi fired it home. This time, it was off the wall. And Bordeaux stumbling now. Foul called. It'll go the way of Utica City with 3.5 to play and a 3-goal lead. Quickly out to Stevens. Alava. One-time feed to the other side. And Mershad Amadi wriggles away. Amadi left-footed strike. That's 2 for Mershad Amadi. And it's 7-3 Utica. Welcome to the MASL, Mershad Amadi, and welcome to the Adirondack Bank Center. 2 on the night for Mershad Amadi, and this one was all Amadi. Got away from pressure, got onto that favored left foot, and an absolute laser into the top corner. And really, at this point, with 4 minutes left, Amadi says, so long, Baltimore. On Era's night inside the Adirondack Bank Center. But still 3 minutes to go. And Baltimore still with the extra attacker. Alava clips it forward. This one will hang just in play off the corner boards. And Jonatas Mello will pick it up and roll it to himself. Forward again. Jonatas Mello will track it down with 2.5 to play. The assist on the Amadi goal goes to Juan Alava as Oliveira steps in the way. And now clip forward. Oliveira is in a foot race with Mello. Oliveira gets there first. He taps it home. An empty net score for Kelvin Oliveira. And karma goes the way of Utica City with an 8-3 lead. Good pressure from De Andrade, and Kelvin Oliveira and Jonatas Mello end up in a foot race that really Kelvin Oliveira was bound to win. Onto that favored left foot and into the back of the net, and a 5-goal lead for Utica City. And Utica City might just be out of the woods now, because the king of the score sheet, Kelvin Oliveira, has found his way with 2 goals in the final frame. His second empty netter and a 5-goal Utica lead. And again, De Andrade, the assister, after scoring 2 earlier this frame. Rolled forward, Coughlin gets out, a good block in front. Oliveira, hat trick, outside of the foot. It's rolling, and it's just wide from the Brazilian. Thought he had it. What would have been hat trick number 7. He's got 6 of them this season. He's looking for number 7. In the final 90 seconds of play, this one would be all 6 attacker empty net goals if he can find it. De Andrade taken down, and a blue card shown, the first of the game, to Mateus Silva. So Utica will go on the power play. It's a Utica power play that is the worst in the MASL, 1 for 10 on the season, 10%. And a Baltimore penalty kill that is perfect on the season, 4 for 4. But all you need is really the one, and this could be the one for Utica to get the power play unit up and firing. Here is Oliveira. Dantas. Forward to Pinal. Pinal battling with 1 minute and 15 seconds left to play. Still in the corner, this is Pereira with it now. Clipped away. Only as far as Nilton De Andrade. There's 4 forwards and a midfielder in De Andrade out there right now. Dantas, Woods, Oliveira, Pinal, and De Andrade alongside Coughlin, the 6 on the floor for Utica City with 1 minute to play in this one. 50 seconds left on Era's night inside the Adirondack Bank Center, and De Andrade wants the hat trick. So does Oliveira. Both of them on 2 goals. And the final 5 seconds tick off the clock. It's a victory for Utica against Baltimore for the first time this season. Utica City FC gets revenge on the arch rivals and now has 22 points in the MASL standings. De Andrade, a 3-point night. Kelvin Oliveira, a 3-point night. And a complete team game from front to back. Andrew Coughlin, stellar in net, as he always is. Mr. Stretch is Mr. Reliable for Utica City FC. 5 saves, 3 goals allowed for Coughlin in what is yet another intense battle. The scoreboard will not tell you the story of the game, because at one point in this game it was 3-2 Utica City. But then in the second half, in the fourth quarter specifically, 5 goals for UCFC, just 1 for Baltimore, and that came on the 6th attacker. A lot of empty netters for the home side as well. Players continuing to greet each other as we continue to get closer to seeing who Brendan Miller will find to talk to. But really a back and forth game. It was Baltimore who scored first. Utica scored 3 unanswered. It never trailed after that, but it always got close. 3-2 at one point. And then 6-3 was the last time that Baltimore scored. And continuing to keep an eye on the field, as now looks like Andrew Coughlin. So here's Brendan Miller alongside Andrew Coughlin.
That's right, your man of the match, Mr. Andrew Coughlin. Only 3 goals allowed. Andrew, I have a little gift for you here, a little 22 hat. You got to sign the underneath of that, but it is yours to keep as man of the match. And let's start with those first few questions. So, Andrew, only 3 goals allowed, and the first time that you guys take down Baltimore this year. How's it feel to really be able to stop them defensively?
Yeah, listen, they've had our number, so to come out here and put in that effort defensively, guys were diving around, blocking shots in front of me, makes my job easy. It was a full team effort today, and I couldn't be happier.
On the offensive side, you guys really spread it out. I don't know if there was a guy who had over 3 points. You picked up an assist yourself. So how does it feel when the offense is really clicking like that?
Oh, it's awesome. And it's what, it's what we love to see here. You guys get behind us. We love it. We want to score more goals for you guys. So that was awesome. Thank you.
So you got the 22 on your back. You got the 22 hat. You guys with this win now up to 22 points on the season. So you feeling 22, Andrew?
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Let's go!
There's Andrew Coughlin talking with Brendan Miller. A couple of Taylor Swift references for you as we wrap up Era's night inside the Adirondack Bank Center in what was an incredible night for Utica City in terms of team play and on the score sheet. But let's take a look now at the scoring stats on the night. Baltimore with only 5 players who scored a point. Enrique, Thomas, and Porch, the 3 goal scorers. Pacheco and Jairo Guevara picked up some assists on the night. On the other side for Utica City, it was Kelvin Oliveira and Nilton De Andrade, each with 3 points, each of them with 2 goals and 1 assist. Mershad Ahmadi, the clinical goal scorer in MASL 2 last season with the Wichita Wings, comes away with 2 goals tonight for Utica. An assist for Emmanuel Belliard, Vinny Dantas, and Juan Alava, and Nelson Santana. And a couple more goals, 1 scored by Keaton Woods, and 1 scored by Junior Pinal in net. Andrew Coughlin, 5 saves, 3 goals allowed. On the other side, it was another great outing for Julian Rodriguez. Although the scoreline may not show it, only 6 goals allowed. He made 10 saves and countless, high-flying, show-stopping saves for Rodriguez as he closed out another game inside of his old home at the Adirondack Bank Center. Andrew Coughlin also picked up an assist. That's why he was man of the match. The last time he assisted was actually in the last game. So it's been 2 straight games with a goalkeeper assist for Andrew Coughlin and this Utica City FC side on Era's night inside the Adirondack Bank Center picks up a victory against the Baltimore Blast for the first time this season. For myself, Arnoff Bokrow, the camera crew, the production crew, I want to thank you for tuning in to what has been Utica City FC MASL Soccer, Utica's version from the Adirondack Bank Center. Signing off. We'll see you All-Star Game weekend. Should say All-Star Game week because we're here on Wednesday, February 12th for the All-Star Game, the MASL's best, right here at the Adirondack Bank Center. Until then, Arnoff Bokrow saying be safe, be good to one another. We'll see you on Wednesday.